saints, saved by elder Fish, a father of six, a painter, a decorator, a kind old man, and later would become known as one of America's serial killers. What does this mean to us? Well, it means that anyone can be a serial killer, supposedly. Anyone can be crazy, sick, or mean. So, what is a serial killer? Ronald M. and Stephen T. Holmes say that serial killer Gerald Stamos stated that the killing of his victim was no different than stepping on a cockroach. Today, after my speech, my audience will have more knowledge on the 3 types of serial killers and some major serial killers out there. Okay. The first type of serial killer that I will be explaining to you guys about would be the lust killer. The next type of serial killer out there are called the thrill seekers. And finally, the last would be the serial killers known as mission-oriented killers. Out of all of these types of killers, the lust killers are the ones that get turned on. Turned on. What does this mean? How do they get turned on? And who is a lust killer? Lust killers will kill for the pure turn on by it. In fact, the more horrifying the torture is, the more aroused the killer becomes. So they get excitement from the yelling and bleeding of their victims. An example of a lust killer would have to be Jeffrey Dahmer. He would have necrophilia desires. This means that he would have erotic interests with dead bodies. Also, Jeffrey Dahmer was fantasized about engaging in relationships with other men. But not only that, he would fantasize about planning to kill them after making love to them. Dahmer killed many men. He would go to disco clubs and seek out long, lean, smooth, and muscular body styles. And it didn't matter if they were black, white, yellow, or brown. If he found them attractive, he would try to get them. Stated by Detective Patrick Kennedy of the Milwaukee Police Department. Dahmer would talk men into coming back to his house for some drinks and for one-night stands. Then after getting them drunk, he would beat or suffocate them. He would experiment on their bodies and make love to them. He would mummify body parts and he would keep the skulls. He said that he would eat victims to feel like they could never leave him. Jeffrey Dahmer's, one of his victims almost got away. When the police asked Jeffrey why the young man was running down the street drunk and naked, Jeffrey quickly came up with a lie, saying that he was his gay lover and simply had too much to drink. The police returned the young man to Dahmer and wrote it off as a lover's quarrel, as stated in the A&E Dahmer video. So, as Jeffrey Dahmer can smoothly trick the cops, the next type of serial killer is the one who likes to outsmart the law enforcement. They are called the thrill seekers. They enjoy tricking the law. So that must mean that they're educated people, right? If they can outsmart the law. The thrill seeker gets high off of killing their victims. They have fun while killing, and it is their hobby. Ted Bundy is an example of a thrill seeker. Ted was an intelligent man. In fact, he went to law school, and he could have become a lawyer, but the obsession of killing took over him. All of his victims were women with long hair parted in the middle. Ted had killed at least 25 women in 4 states, stated on LA Times. In April of 1977, Bundy was transferred to Colorado to await trial. There, Ted had fired his lawyer and was granted permission to defend himself at the upcoming case. Jerry Blar states that Bundy had supreme confidence in his intelligence. He said in his ability to beat the system and to work the system. Ted was sentenced to 15 years. While he was in prison, he escaped twice and he killed again. He was stopped by a cop while driving an old bug. Then he was trialed again, but for other crimes that he was suspected of doing. He was his own lawyer and defended himself. 2 weeks later, Ted was sentenced to death for the murder of Lisa Levy and Margaret Ballman. But Ted's execution would not take place for a while because over the next 9 years, he would appeal his convictions and cheat death by a series of last-minute stays. You see, what he would do is tell the guards new confessions on other women that he had killed and buy himself more time by making sure that they would inform the Florida authorities on what he had done so that he would have more time to confess. But finally, the day was scheduled to be on January 24th of 1989. The thrill seeker is smart in outsmarting the system and can control it, just like our next killer, who feel control in what they do. They are known as the mission-oriented killers. These killers show no sign of being killers to the outside world and feel that they need to rid the world of what they see immoral and unworthy. They feel that they are doing society a favor by eliminating and preying on groups of people such as prostitutes, homosexuals, young women, and children. Which brings us to Jack the Ripper. Jack's victims were all prostitutes. Jack the Ripper is England's famous killer in the late 1800s. Then there's John Wayne Gacy. All of his victims were young boys. And then we have Albert Fish. Albert Fish would kill and eat young women, children. So, as a review of the 3 different types of serial killers, here are the killer types again. There's the lust killers, the thrill seekers, and the mission-oriented.